welcome back to Talking Wolves and welcome back to another match review. Unfortunately, Wolves are on the end of a pretty difficult defeat to take up against current Premier League leaders Liverpool. It finished 2-1 at Molineux. A good game of football, to be fair, a decent game for the neutral, but unfortunately Wolves are on the losing end, quite frustratingly really. So I'm going to leave my thoughts on the game, my immediate reaction, and obviously what happened and so on. So Wolves, obviously an hour before kickoff, naming their team. Unchanged again, as we probably expected, but great to see Diogo Jota and Willy Bolly back on the bench. Obviously two players that we've missed over the last few weeks or months in Willy Bolly's case. So great to see them, and obviously rightly so, got a little bit of a cheer before the game when they were announced. But the game kicked off. Obviously Liverpool, I think Wolves surprised me actually. I wouldn't have been surprised to see us sit quite deep throughout the game, really sit really deep and invite all the pressure, but we didn't really, and we did play our game. We didn't really adapt, or we didn't really need to adapt to how Liverpool played. We played our own game, and unfortunately Liverpool did take the lead pretty early on through a Jordan Henderson header off a corner. We've seen over the last few weeks, you know, I mean, any team in the world, any good team in the world tends to be good at set pieces, and that's exactly what they did. They took advantage of that. I saw last weekend against Manchester United, Van Dijk scored off it, but this time quite an unlikely goal scorer in Jordan Henderson. Ball in from Trent Alexander-Arnold, as you'd expect, and good header from Henderson. A little bit disappointing, obviously, you know, to concede like that in the first 10 minutes. But I think the fact that, you know, we really restricted them from creating opportunities, and the fact that they could only score from a set piece in the first half showed how good we were and how comfortable we were. I think the first half was a little bit slow from Wolves' point of view. I don't think we got the ball enough in the right areas. Had a couple of half chances ourselves. I think the free kick just after, was it just after the goal or just before the goal, where it went right across the face of goal. Matt Doherty had a great chance at the back post as well. So we had our own chances in the first half, but I just felt that there wasn't enough urgency, not enough energy from Wolves. We know historically, this season at least, we've been pretty much a second half team. So I did expect a big reaction in the second half. But I think the first half we kept swapping from quite a narrow formation back to the wide formation. So the narrow formation being Neto as a number 10 and Adama and Raul up front, like how we played in the second half against Southampton. But I felt like that restricted at times when we wanted Adama Traoré to get on the ball a little bit more. When he was sat in the middle, we were getting the ball on the right hand side and there was quite a lot of room. And to be honest, in my opinion, I don't think Adama Traoré is quite clever enough to make those runs still at the moment. And unfortunately that was the case at times when we sat a little bit more narrow. But second half, obviously coming out, and we all knew, I think all the Wolves fans knew, the game is still very much on. We've got 45 minutes here to show what Wolverhampton Wanderers are all about, and why these pundits and why these fans on social media were backing Wolves to possibly end this incredible unbeaten streak that Liverpool are on. And the second half was great. We started off really strongly, and in the end we did get that goal. Raul Jimenez breaking forward, lovely skill on the ball, and I thought he'd done too much. I thought, no, what are you doing? But that ball through to Adama Traoré, and another beautiful cross from Adama onto the head of Jimenez, who, what a header. Proper striker's header, lovely to direct it into the back of the net, past Alisson, and I thought, get in. And to be honest, I would have been extremely happy with a draw, especially before the game. But I think with the way we were playing, I thought, you know what, we could go and win this game. Liverpool at times looked like they were running out of ideas. They were going very direct to the front three. But I say run out of ideas. How can a team go 40 games unbeaten? And for me to doubt them, you know, you knew that wasn't going to happen. For all the energy that Wolves put on display, for all the half chances we had, Raul, what a chance he had, but it's such a tight angle that he created for himself and drilled it straight to Alisson. And Diogo Jota towards the end, shanking it over wide. But in the end, it was a little bit of quality from Roberto Firmino to curl it into the back of the net. And unfortunately, you know, as I say, champions and big teams, that's what they do. They grind out results like that. As I've said, Wolves will do and have done in the past. But Liverpool, in the end, getting the victory. And as I said, I thought they'd run out of ideas, and how wrong and how stupid I was to assume that after going 40 games unbeaten now. Obviously, Mane took an early injury for Liverpool as well. We saw a bit of Minamino. But the pace that Liverpool has was ridiculous. But I thought Wolves' defence coped pretty well. We were pretty organised to stop them throughout the majority of the game. And really, you know, they're only... I think Patricio made a good save, and their only other key chance was the goal, really. So I think it shows how well we defended. And I think there was a couple of performances in particular. I thought Neves looked good today. Jimenez is just an absolute workhorse, isn't he? And he is a breath of fresh air. You know, for every, you know, yeah, he does sometimes make a couple of little errors, but how can you doubt him? He's one of, if not, you know, he's one of the best players that's ever played for Wolves, in my opinion. Adama Traore was quiet in spells, but you knew every time, especially in the second half, you knew every time he was going to get the ball, he was going to make something happen, and he made it life really difficult for Robertson at times. Matt Doherty played a couple of great balls for Adama as well, and actually contributed a bit more today. It still looks really, really tired. And this is for Doc's sake. I'd like us to see us maybe delve into the market for a right wing back before the end of the window. But yeah, I think first half we need a little bit more energy. Second half was much better. It is a bit of a kick in between the legs that they managed to score that goal. But I almost came to Molineux today with no expectation. I wouldn't have been surprised to see us win. I definitely wouldn't have been surprised to see us get something out of the game with a draw. But at the same time, Liverpool are so good at the moment. You know they're going to come and give any team a really difficult time, and that's what they did today. So in the end, unfortunately, Wolves on the end of a defeat, and yeah, one of them. But we bounced back now. Got a nice, about a week, is it a week and a half? Yeah, about a week and a half now before Manchester United. They're on a bit of a down patch at the moment, so we could really take advantage there and really try and get ourselves back in this race, possibly for, well, top 6, but possibly even for the top 4. But guys, if you enjoyed it today, be sure to hit the like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Fair play to Liverpool on the victory. And until next time, I'll see you all very soon.